I just think just from the consistency of the months, I mean, maybe what I did 3 months ago all of a sudden, but I mean, I honestly didn't think November would be a very good month. And I can't even count how many people have come on board in November. So it's pretty exciting. And all I can say is just keep at it. And, there were times I'm not used to staying up late. And like this week, 3 nights in a row this week, it was really hard on me. I stayed up till 10 because I had to get a couple things done and put in orders or whatever. And it really, I started getting a headache and, but I pushed myself so I could do it. But I know that I couldn't do that like 5 days a week. That was probably hard on me. But anyway, my whole point is just never give up and keep going. And so it just starts to happen.
Right.
That's all I can say.
Yes, that's awesome. And I will say that, so you heard from Celia and Bonnie, they're both, working full time, working it in the nooks and crannies of their day, but the key is consistency, even if it's a tiny little bit, even if it's 15 minutes or it's one share call you do that day, or if it's one reach out you do to see if somebody's open to explore, or it's your, branding yourself on Facebook, because that's really key. So, so being consistent and staying with it, and not letting your emotions dictate, whether you do it or not. Like you get really excited, you have clients coming on, so that motivates you. But what about the dry times, So I know some of us are in that. And I will share with you, in the last 3 months, I myself have only acquired 3 clients. But that's probably the lowest record I've ever had. And, but that doesn't get me down, because I just know that I'm planting a lot of seeds. So I'm still doing all the actions, and I have, I bet you it'll probably be a lot of that coming around in January or February. So, or maybe sooner. But anyway, my point being, like, whether it's good or, you've been having a lot of clients or you haven't, the key is consistency. And so sometimes even when you are consistent, like I've been, you will still have those dry spells, but you're definitely going to have those dry spells if you're foot on the pedal, foot off the pedal, foot on the pedal, foot off the pedal. Maybe you're good about working your business 3 days in a row. You go 5 days not working it. It's really hard to get that momentum going again, because it's definitely a business of momentum. So even if it's just, if you can try to get into the discipline of even 10 minutes a day or 15 minutes a day, first thing in the morning, or, one of the first things, just do the one thing that's going to one thing that can move your business forward. Whether it's reaching out to somebody, whether it's branding yourself on Facebook, just something. Branding yourself on Facebook is super key. And that is, I think, why, people that are moving forward, like, Terry's having a great month, Terry Smith, Pam's new coach. I'm trying to think who else is ranked up, but they're branding themselves, they're reaching out to people, and it's that consistency. So in this next month, especially, a lot of people think, oh, it's holidays, I'm not going to do it, but that's not true. A lot of people want to get started, and they realize Christmas is only 1 or 2 days, and they want to get ahead of the game so that they're already on track for meeting their goals when January comes around. And most people will decide what they're going to do. If they're not going to start until January, they're going to decide what kind of a program or what they're going to do by mid-December. So definitely be planting the seeds now. And if you want somebody to be able to start by the first of the year, you're probably going to need to get their order in by around the 20th of December, because the way the holidays hit right after a weekend, with UPS schedule and things like that, it could take a good week for sure for them to come, even coming from the Nevada Distribution Center. So, and you just want to keep branding, and by branding, throwing out a few before and after photos at least 3 to 4 times a week. Living your life out loud, sharing what's going on in your own personal life, because people that, if they know you and they trust you, they're gonna be drawn to you. If they see that you are having success in your health journey and that you're moving forward, they're gonna want that too. They're gonna see, okay, this works. She's still keeping her weight off, type of thing, or whatever. Is posting healthy recipes. So, because you want to be the person that they think of when they, when something happens, like they decide to start a program, they go to the doctor and the doctor said, hey, You know, I'm going to give you 3 months to try diet and exercise, or we're going to have to put you on medication. So you want to be that person that they think of. Does anybody else have anything they want to share about how their month has been going, what's working for you, things you've tried? I know we had a great Opt to Be a Coach training that corporate did Monday night with a lot of end of the month tips. So has anybody been utilizing some of the suggestions on that, and how's that been working for you? Sorry. Everybody's quiet today. Everybody can't talk. They're like all on their way somewhere off camera.
My break is done, so I can't talk no more.
Okay, thanks for sharing, Celia, and I'm so mad. Thank you. Congratulations on how. I'm so bummed because Celia had a lot of good things to say, and I forgot to record until right at the end of Bonnie talking. But anyway, it is what it is. So let's see, Debbie, have you done the things? Or Susanna, were you going to say something?
Well, only that listen to everybody, and you say, okay, is anybody happy with the way their month went? And I'm like, well, that's not me. I'm not happy with the way my month is going, and a lot of it, like, you know, definitely taking my foot off the gas in end of October, for, you know, just letting all the other stuff that's going on in my world just, you know, kind of get in the way and be put on the back seat. So the one thing that I can say is, you know, if anybody can relate to that, is that the only thing that is helping me, because then of course I'm laying awake at night, like worrying about it, right? And it's creating a lot of anxiety for me. And the only thing that has pulled me back out of it is just getting into action again. It's the only thing that works, the absolute only thing that works. And, you know, so I'm like, okay, you know, I can still start hitting it hard again end of November, and then just keep going straight through December. And it's funny because I've gotten 2 new clients this month. I'm like, that's fine. You know, they want to order in December. So, you know, I got their credit card information. We'll enter in the last week of December. Well, down so
shoot, you cut out. What was the last thing you said? Oh darn, she's cutting out.
Can you hear me?
Now I can.
Can you hear me? Okay, I'm moving to the hallway. No, I was just saying my frontline volume is just down, like, you know, by half.
Yeah.
And so that cuts into it.
Yeah,
that's huge, you know, but right, just put my head up and just like, or put my shoulders down and like just work. Work.
Yeah.
And
yeah, you know what you said was like, that was the nail on the head, was getting yourself back into action. That's the best thing that you can do if you are, you know, feeling discouraged, or if you're having fears about something, you know, you're having anxiety about not wanting to make up the phone call to ask somebody something, you know, it's like, just do it. You know, the longer you don't do it, the more that trepidation sets in. And once you start, don't you agree that like once you start getting into action, it just kind of gets you motivated and excited again, and it just more action just promotes you to do more action. So
yeah, because like what Celia was saying, right? She's just doing what you told her, and it's working. So getting into action means just do what you know you're supposed to do, and it works. You know, you have the interaction. I challenged myself to do, instead of 3 by 3 by 3, since I'm like, was making up time. I was doing 3 posts. I think I said 5, but I've been trying to do like 7 conversations a day, and then like 5 friend requests, just to amp it up a little bit, which is a lot for me, you know, to have to squeeze in that time. But it's either anxiety over what's not happening and worry. It's like, oh my God, I'm disappointing myself, and what am I doing? Or screw it, there's no antidote, right, except to get in action.
right.
You know, I feel better. I'm looking at my frontline volume and I want to cry, but I'm like, you did it to yourself, so there's no crying here. You just gotta,
yeah. Well, that's a good example of like, I mean, we have all scenarios. We have You know, people are doing the action, not having a good month. People, you know, if you took your foot off the pedal, not having a good month, but it's like, or you're having a great month because you have been doing the action. So it's like but the key is just consistency. Yeah. It's just, even if, even when I was at my sister's on vacation, you know, I didn't feel like really doing it, but I'm like, well, I got to at least do some posts, do some private message conversations. I still want to support, you know, those that are, you know, have questions for me and stuff. So I didn't want to totally turn off. So yeah, I think, and I will say that, like, if you're not going to be using social media, then you definitely want to be in a lot of conversations, because you don't have to do social media to grow this business. But if you're not, then you want to definitely be talking a lot and share, you know, being intentional in your conversations with people. Maybe doing happy hours, live events to invite people to, if you're more of a, you know, person to person, setting up a lot of coffee dates or dinner, lunch dates. We could do webinars to get people together on one call. But social media would be a really good tool to use if you're not utilizing it. I get with your mentor as to how you can start utilizing it more, because the people that are consistently doing the, you know, a couple posts a day, so they're staying on people's mind, you're branding yourself, and then you're private messaging people. So somebody likes my post or likes a picture I took in Idaho or something, you know. Well, now there's some people liking it that I haven't even thought of in a while, because they don't usually like on my stuff, but they liked on this photo. So I'll now, oh, you know, how are you doing? Start a conversation, not to say about, hey, you want to do my program? No, it's just about building relationship with people, because they know from watching me what I do and how I can help people. So if they have that need, they're going to ask me anyway. And that's how I think it organically happens a lot for, you know, a lot of us on the call that are usually utilizing social medias, and having that little conversation and building the relationship. Oh my gosh, thanks for liking my photo. How have you been? What did you do for Thanksgiving? What's going on in your world? But, you know, and sometimes out of those conversations, people will say, you know, respond back, you know, this is happening, yada, yada, yada. And then they go, hey, tell me more about your program. I got to do something, you know? So that's why, but having those conversations, and then to keep building your sphere of influence by friending people. I mean, that is like, it really works. I know Janelle had a phenomenal month of acquiring clients, because she always sends me her group introduction text, you know, like here's my health coaching partner, Sherry, blah, blah, blah. And I mean, I don't even know how many, she had a lot. And I asked her, oh my gosh, like, you're having such a great month, you know, and I'm so not. What are you doing? And she said all of them, like, I don't even know, I want to say like maybe 8, all of them but 2 came from social media and from Facebook. So that's a really great example, you guys. I mean, it really works if you're consistent and you do it. And just because, I mean, that's like, for me to not have a lot of activity, that's kind of like a fluke. And I probably could be doing more private messaging. That's probably why I may have slacked off a little bit, because I'm not doing that. I'm not as diligent as I've been in the past on that. But definitely that's a key. So I can't stress that enough. And even if you start off with something tiny, like just little goals of every day doing 1 post a day, add 1 friend a day, start 1 private conversation, private message, or it could be a new conversation in person with somebody that you meet in the line at Starbucks, and you have something in common, or it's an old friend or acquaintance you run across, and then you friend them on Facebook. Now they're going to start seeing your post. So you didn't even have to talk about what you did, because they're going to start seeing, you know, from your post, now that you're friends on Facebook. So, but I mean, if you even just do 1 a day, I mean, 1 a day would take, I don't know, maybe 5 minutes, 10 minutes at the very most, I mean, to do. And then it doesn't take that much longer to do more. But if you just start off doing 1, I think Bonnie started off with 1 a day, and she did that for like 3 weeks in a row before she felt like, okay, this is starting to become automatic, like brushing my teeth. I'm doing 1 a day of each of those things first thing in the morning. Now I'll start doing 2 posts, 2 friend requests, 2 brand new conversations, you know, and then you can start building it up from there. So, but the key is, even if even if there's days when you're busy with family stuff going on. But I mean, shoot, even when you're in the bathroom or something, you can just do one. So anyway, so I don't know. Susanna, did you have anything else to add for suggestions on that or comments about people utilizing Facebook for growing? Or Debbie?
No, I'm a little bit like Susanna. I'm not having the month that I wanted, and I have been consistently posting. I did offer scholarships, Black Friday scholarships in the beginning for several days. I didn't put any money on it, and then I was looking at some of the other leaders' posts, and they were adding some money. So then I added some money, and I did not get one single nibble. So that was a little bit disappointing, but I didn't get down about it. It was like, well, it just didn't happen. I wasn't sure why. I mean, no one even commented on the post at all. But I have been consistent. I haven't had the month that I wanted. I had lots of people push their orders out, and I had 3 people cancel their orders. So I thought I was going to be fine this month, but I didn't, it was like felt like this tsunami of things that happened. But, it's okay, because it's not all just based on one month. And I just need to go out there and see who else is ready to move forward. So, it's just continuing to be consistent. It's going to happen. Yeah, it does get you down, and you do feel a little bit down. And, I had set my goals, and I'm not going to meet my goals, but that's okay. It can kind of be a roller coaster sometimes, but you cannot just give in and be emotional about it, because it will come back up, because that's where I've been. I've been, like on that little roller coaster. When it goes down, it does come back up again if you are consistent. So,
well, and I think detaching yourself from the outcomes of things and just doing the motions of what it takes, and not really, and trying not to like have too high expect. Yes, we want to set our goals, we want to shoot for things, but like you said, knowing, that it's just one month, it's just not going to mean the whole year, or or 1 month, but you're just setting yourself up. You're planting a lot of seeds, and you're probably setting yourself up for a really great December.
Yeah, and that's why I'm not going to give up, because that's what everybody says, is that just keep at it. You're planting seeds for down the road, and they're just not ready right now. And people are in different places in their life, and when they're ready, they're ready. So I just have to move on to the next person, and it will happen.
And I think that a lot of oh gosh, I just drew a blank. Forget what I thought, because it just went out of my head. But tomorrow you got to have a big crowd, I think, for your happy hour, and I know you have a couple clients coming, right?
Yeah, I do. I have a couple clients, and I think a couple, people that are just interested, that I've been dripping on, that have said that they're coming. Although when I sent a reminder, I didn't get a response back in the last couple of days. So I'm going to send another one out today.
Yeah.
And someone who has a sister who would like to lose a little weight, but more is looking for the financial end of coaching. So I'm hoping, that they'll come. But if they don't come, then I'll just follow up with them.
Right. And the key is follow up. And you're not bugging people when you follow up. It's showing them that you care. And I mean, I've got people that if they're not ready to do program and I follow up, they're not responding. I follow up a few times, but then I'll slack off for a couple months, then I'll check back in. So I just don't ever forget about them. So I remembered what I was going to say was that, and eventually, I mean, it does seem like the roller coaster thing, but like if you just keep doing the actions, going through the motions of consistency daily, and not, no matter what happens, eventually you will get to that point where you're built up enough to where it's not going to matter and affect you when people bump their orders or cancel. because you have so much. I mean, yes, you want them to be successful and reach out like, how can I help you transition type of thing. But as far in terms of your business, because I remember when, I remember being at kind of that stage where I wasn't always hitting 6,000, or it was like getting close to the 6,000 frontline volume to hit ED mark because I didn't have senior coaches under me. And so I know exactly what you're talking about. Like, you really you kind of stress about that. Like, oh my gosh, somebody canceled. Now I got to get another person to replace them. So, but you just keep going, and then you build up enough to where, where when you consistently are doing more than when you're consistently doing closer to 10,000 a month consistently, you're going to have that flux of cancel, pushing their orders out, but you're gotten constant new people coming in. And I haven't had constant new people coming in because I've had a slow last couple months, but I know that I will because I keep doing the action. So it's going to happen. It's just a numbers game. So the point is, I'm not going to give up. You don't want to give up during those times, and that it does get to the point, like, I don't feel like it's roller coaster emotionally like that, but I do remember when earlier on that I do relate to that's how you felt, because you're like, but just keep consistent. That's the key. So anything else that do you guys have? Is there anything else that somebody wants to bring up, that any other challenges or struggles or things that you kind of want to put out there to the group to see if anyone can help you with or suggest?
This isn't a struggle really, but I was just, when people are saying how they, they're not quite where they wanted to be. I know it probably depends on the relationship you have with the person, but I know one time when a lot of people had pushed some things out, I talked one of my friends into, I gave her a little scholarship if she'd order, on the last day of the month instead of the first day of the next month, because it's on your credit card, it's not out of your pocket.
Mm-hmm.
And she was tickled with that. I offered her $10 to put her order in on the last day of the month instead of the first day of the new month. And just a thought.
That's a great idea, Margie.
But it got me to the level I was trying to reach.
Right. No, that's good. I'm glad you shared that.
Oh, I can't hear anything. What happened?
I can hear you. Can you guys hear me?
Now I can hear you. I don't know what happened.
Oh, we could hear you, but that's a really great idea, Margie. Thanks for sharing that, because there might be some people on this call that are at that point, and they.
I wouldn't do it with just anybody, but I mean, this was a good friend,
Yeah, that's good. That's a good idea to help you, hit that rank. So, anything else? Anybody else have anything else they want to add? It's mostly go ahead.
Well, one thing with some people having holidays and vacations coming up too, I had a friend who had never wanted to lose a lot of weight. She says she loses really slowly, and she was on program a while back, and she'd had enough. And she said, I just really wanted to lose 10 pounds. She lost a little more than that. But I know she's taking her whole family to Mexico at Christmas vacation. So sure enough, she decided to get back going on it a little bit again. So because people are going on vacation a lot of times, that's kind of a, if you know somebody's going on vacation, an old client, because you mentioned old clients.
Yeah.
On one of your messages this week, check up with some of your old clients. And so I had 2 old clients order again this month.
That's another great point. I was mentioning earlier in the call to go through your private messenger for like the last 3 months, and who has, who maybe did you drop the ball on, or maybe you did do a share call with them and they weren't ready then, but for whatever reason you didn't, I don't know, you don't have it in your system to follow up. Maybe, they slipped through the cracks. But besides that, going through, looking at your Optavia Connect and looking at those old inactive, those clients that are not active anymore, and just giving them a call and just asking them where they're at in their health journey. Just wanted to call and say hi, happy holidays. I'm here for support if you need it. Just thought I'd check in, and that's it. Just leave a couple voice messages, or you could do a voice text. That's kind of even quicker. And I mean, if you didn't say a person's name, you could even say, You could just say, hey, I just wanted to call and see how you're doing. I hope you're doing well. It's nice to say their name though, but you could, if you had a ton of people, you could just take that voice text and text it to several different people. Then they hear your voice too. You can do that through Messenger. You could send a little video, or even just leaving a voicemail. So that's a good idea, checking in with
You're
them.
challenging my technical expertise.
Okay, well, just pick up the phone.
That's okay.
Just pick up the phone and leave a voicemail, Margie.
Right.
That's the easiest and the best. All right, so does anybody else have any other suggestions, ideas going into December? Concerns? I will say to the map, go ahead, actually everybody who's on the call right now too is, knows how to do your monthly action plan. So you definitely, obviously tomorrow's the 1st, so make sure you get your map into Janelle or I, or whoever your mentor is. And then I think, is everybody here going to tomorrow morning and tomorrow night? I think they are. I don't know.
I haven't, I don't know yet. This is Susanna. I'm not sure.
You're going for sure tomorrow night, but you're just, right?
You said about tomorrow morning, yeah.
Right. Yeah, but you're not sure about tomorrow morning, but you're going to the team party?
Correct.
Cool. Well, I think we're at about head count. I think we're close to 27 for Debbie's brunch. And we're going to have, we're probably going to have between 35 and 40 coaches for the team party that night. So it's going to be fun.
That'd be great. I can't wait to see Debbie's house.
I know.
Me too.
I know. I'm excited.
It's funny because that's part of the reason why I'm trying to move my day around tomorrow, because I'm like, I want to see Debbie's house in the daytime too.
No pressure, Debbie.
Oh, you guys are going to be so disappointed.
No, we're not.
Yeah. It's just a regular average old house. I've lived here 40 years, and I think the outside is better than, much better. And too bad that it's not the nice weather, but we'll definitely have to do something in the nice weather.
Yeah, we'll have a pool party when spring comes.
Yeah.
Debbie, I had invited several people that I haven't heard from. Is it too late if somebody gets back?
No, it's never too late. Never, because there'll be some people that said they're going to come that aren't going to come. I'm a teeny bit worried about the weather. Sometimes when people are sitting on the fence and if they have to travel a little bit and it's stormy, that and they said they're going to come, they may back out. So no, it's never too late. Just come.
Yeah, we'll make room. We'll pack them in. We packed them in like sardines at Diana's house that day.
Yeah.
If I go, I'm going to grab one of my friends who's a client to go with me.
Cool. Is it Shannon?
Yeah.
I like her. Cool.
And she needs to pick me up, so that's another reason why I'm like, maybe I should go. I'm going to just do it anyway.
I know, definitely. Like I have a client coming like that too, or a couple people. Yeah, it's so good for clients to come to because they get inspired again. So, all right, I'm excited to see everybody tomorrow for the brunch, and then back to Debbie's. Thank you, Debbie, so much for being willing to host. I feel kind of bad that we're doing both things at your house on the same day.
It's just easier to do it all at once, except for, when I said, there's only room now left on the couch. And it's like, wait a minute, there's no room on the couch because I have to push the coffee table over to put the tables up. But we'll figure it out.
Yeah,
I have
2 hours and we can kind of go over configuration.
Debbie, do you have enough tables?
I do. I have enough tables. Yeah, because I'm putting up 4 of the 6-foot tables. I don't have any more room than that, but I have a bar and I have a kitchen table, and we'll be fine. I'm sure
we'll make it work. Even if people have to sit with their plate on their lap, it's no big deal. Sit in a chair. We have lots of folding chairs, so
yeah.
Okay, it's going to be fun though. Debbie has a couple things fun planned. Oh, and White Elephant gift exchange. So that could be something around your house you don't want, that you just regift, or you could buy something. If you're going to buy something and just keep it $10 to $20 or something.
I thought it could be something old. I mean, something.
Yes, something old. Yeah, like at your house that you don't want anymore or something, you know. And then the other thing I was going to say too is Jackie's on right now and she's driving, can't talk, but we're doing, Jackie lives in Santa Rosa and she lives in an, I guess it's like a retirement community and they have a clubhouse. So we're doing a Health and Hope event at the clubhouse, 4:30 to 6 on this coming Wednesday, the 5th. So if you guys have anybody in the Santa Rosa area, make sure that you, get them invited through that invite page and personally invite them by phone, send them a private message. That'll be a good opportunity for them to come to. And we're gonna, we'll have some door prizes at that one too. We're not gonna do a cooking demo, but it's gonna be, you know, we'll have some appetizers, lean and green appetizers, and just do our normal presentation. My mom's going to come up with me and share her story. And so if anybody wants to come up with us, that would be great. You're welcome to come. We'll have another story to share because right now we'll have me and my mom and Jackie, which is good enough. So that's fine. Oh, unless Jackie has some clients too. I don't know if you have clients that are willing to share, Jackie, but anyway, you and I can talk about that later. So, all right. Any last words before we say goodbye?
Now I'm looking forward
Just
to
remember if you are coming, and if you're bringing a dish, to bring your recipes to share, because I think people really like that.
Yeah, so bring like 20 copies probably. Right, Debbie?
Yeah.
You might want to put
Susanna, Susanna, if you're not sure, don't worry about bringing anything. I think we're going to have plenty of food.
Okay.
Yeah, and Debbie, you might want to put in our little holiday brunch message chat. You might want to pop a reminder in there to everybody, because some of those people, I'm not sure if they saw that message about bringing 20 copies of the recipe.
Okay, I'll do that.
Cool.
Is parking a problem at your house, Debbie?
It could be a little bit. We're getting some more gravel delivered today because we're in the country, and we'll just have to play it by ear. I mean, people may have to park where somebody has to move, to get out, but it'll work. I've had many events here where I've had lots and lots of people, so it'll be fine. We'll work it out.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm excited for you guys to come.
All right, you guys, thanks for being on this morning. Everybody have a great day. Finish your month out good, or even if it wasn't the month you wanted, you still have one more day to do whatever you want and set yourself up for next month. And next month's going to be pretty exciting because we'll be definitely again laying a lot of seeds and groundwork and stuff for January. So I'm excited to see everybody tomorrow. It's going to be a fun day. Party in the morning, party at night. All right, look forward to hanging out with you guys tomorrow.
Okay, bye tomorrow.
I hope you make it, Jackie. All right, I'll see you ladies. Have a good day.
Bye.